We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning, Skippy.
Morning, Josh.
Good morning, everybody else.
I'm coming to you from my mobile office.
Yeah, sorry for the extra noise. Skippy is driving currently.
At this point, I'm just really hoping that my phone doesn't fall. And
that would be tragic. It cuts you out as soon as I start talking, which is fine. But as soon as I try to start a sentence, like I get the so I'm not sure if like there's other noise coming. I'm sure it's going to be super annoying for everybody. But we'll do the best we can, everybody. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully everybody survived storms last night, those that had them in Michigan, in one variant or the other. Skippy, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'd take my daughter to her one of her OB appointments because she's with child, and she's got the cutest little button nose, and
What does she have besides a button nose?
I said my daughter's beautiful as well.
Oh, excellent.
She has a cute little button nose.
Your daughter does?
See, right here.
You should try to do more things while you're driving.
Well, so cruise control is for.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was intended for.
Sure was. Hey, at least I'm not bouncing around. At least it's relatively new highway. However, how you had something special go on this morning?
Not really. What is
other than
just
that look?
Yeah. Routine fire inspection. Since we took out some of our gas lines, he wants us to have a new pressure test done before he'll sign off on it. So what is normally a 5-minute, okay, everything looks good, go pick up your paperwork at the city hall in a couple hours. It's turned into now I got to get a pressure test scheduled. And hopefully my city of Grand Rapids license doesn't get delayed too long.
Well, hopefully not.
He told me to go ahead and submit everything, and just to let them know if they have any questions, they can call him about whatever else, and it shouldn't hold anything up. So we'll see. But their online system is pretty awful. So it is saying, yeah. So how was your week, Skippy?
Uneventful-ish. It's still the week is still the same as far as our top selling times have turned on their heads. We've had strong lunches and really slow dinners. We didn't have anybody to work Saturday, and I already committed to a barbecue contest, so I decided to shut down the restaurant and go there. We did pretty fair. We did like a 10th in chicken and 3rd in ribs, and 7th overall. Got some money. Found out there was a lot of storing issues, but luckily we didn't change. Good. Normal barbecue stuff. It wasn't supposed to rain all day, but started pouring at like 11.
That was
and
Saturday?
Now I'm driving back. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to, according to the weather, all the way up until like 9 a.m. when I looked, wasn't supposed to rain, and then all of a sudden it just changed.
Yeah.
And Saturday was pretty much wet the entire day, and then obviously Sunday we had a strong line of storms come through. Anybody familiar with the Gaylord area? They got an ice storm that is just crippled town. Some of my food truck friends here got contacted by Consumers Energy to take their food trucks up there and feed their crews.
Mhm.
I was not one of those contacted.
I did see a Facebook post on one of the food truck groups, though, that somebody was looking for trucks to head up that way. So
Yeah, but
there is
luckily
opportunity.
we had sirens yesterday, but nothing. We did find out that sirens can go off not just for tornadoes, but for destructive winds. So the local airport we have had the highest measured wind gust was like 95 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't really. We just got downpours and some thunder.
Good.
Other than that, all good.
Yeah, I lost power for about 12 hours.
Oh,
Yeah. So luckily we got a big old generator on the front of our trailer, and generator ran all night with the trailer powered, and ran an extension cord to my fridge in my garage and got that powered up, and then ran a couple other extension cords into the house so we could charge phones and have the refrigerator on inside. So
when did you finally get power back?
4 this morning.
Okay.
I know it's 4 o'clock because all the lights were on in the house, including the room that I was sleeping in. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
And lots of things beep and things when they turn back on in modern houses these days. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But hard to miss.
So you're in week number 2 of being open. How did that go? Looks like it went great. Okay.
No, it was yeah, it was okay. Yeah, we had our first lost day of the year. Not surprising.
Lost day?
Your vehicle's driving me fucking batshit crazy. It sounds like your phone is in the wheel well. I don't know. You move in a second. It just sounds windy and like you're traveling. It just sounds like you're in a car. Oh, you just lost your audio now.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'll mute myself.
No, you're fine. You don't need to. It actually is better you holding your phone than it was on the dash. So. Unmute yourself, you fucker.
I did. Okay, just keep going.
Yes, it's much better with you hold. It must be the vibrations in the dashboard that's making your microphone go nuts for the most part.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but now the vibrations of my camera.
that's okay. We're used to you looking weird.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we lost money on Friday. It was bound to happen. When you're running payroll amounts that we currently are, your break-even point goes up a little bit. So, yeah, really, we need to. Most days we need to be pretty damn close to $1,000. So, to break even. So, when you do 600, it's that's a painful one. So,
And what place was this?
Our airplane cleaning place, and it rained all day Friday for us. We did not have the greatest weather luck all week. So like on Saturday where it was not supposed to rain, yeah, we had that pretty much all week where we'd get like 15% chances every day for hit and miss spots, and it rained everywhere we went. So we were wet, windy, and cold all week. With that being said, I mean, we still had good days. Overall, for the week, we were fine. So yeah, we had a couple days that people really showed up still. I'm pulling up stuff right now. Sorry, I'm a little late to the party. Trying to manage a few thousand things at the moment. Why am I April 24?
As you're looking at that, I'm trying a new food supplier today.
Yeah.
They'll be delivering around noontime.
Is this your U.S. Foods or?
Yeah, decided to give U.S. Foods a try. because I met with my GFS rep and he told me, "Yep, everything's approved. You're just working on your order guide." I'm like, "Can I get a log into the website at least? Mess around and see what the prices are, stuff like that." I haven't got anything back from them.
To just do the delivery orders? Wow.
To do trucks, it's a whole different website to do delivery trucks versus like going to the store and get the store to deliver it.
Well, I know, but yeah. So there's different. Yeah, I got it. So I have option. I can do delivery off the website.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a different.
Yes, you can.
That's just it's just the express van versus the truck. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Is the pricing that much different?
I don't know yet.
I can't imagine it would be.
There's basically it's two different. According to him, it's two different companies. So you got GFS Retail, and then you got GFS United Tremont, and they're the whole food service one. I don't know.
By the way, good morning, Jason.
But they have U.S. Foods has a minimum 20 case order or 20 item order.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco is 15, but GFS is a minimum of $750. So I'm like,
750 boxes
pork,
is a
brisket,
lot.
chicken, and ribs. Well, pork, brisket, chicken, and ribs, you're getting $750 pretty easy.
I'm getting $750 in brisket twice a week already. That's
are or aren't?
Are. I mean, that's only 2 cases. A lot of the time.
I'm talking about like if I get all of them combined.
Right, I know, but $750 is 2 cases of brisket.
Correct.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I'm able to hit that 750 pretty easy.
I know.
Versus having a 20 case minimum.
I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was just saying it was very low for us barbecue people.
Yes, it is very low. Yes. Please continue.
You were the one talking. I was just commenting on your story.
I was just waiting for you to pull up your numbers. My apologies.
Oh, I didn't know if you were done or not.
Oh, well, find out what happens at noon when they deliver it.
A common theme in questioning people being super snarky via
super snarky.
You think you do, but via Facebook comments, TikTok comments, and other comments. People wanted to know if I've passed you in sales yet for this year.
I don't think you have.
I don't think I have either.
I think it'll take you a month and a half, probably.
So yeah. Anyways, this last week, let's see. So yeah, we did. I mean, really, we had a bad day on Friday. Other than that, even with the weather, I mean, we did 1,800 on Tuesday. We did 2,000 on Wednesday. We did 2,000 on Thursday. 584 on Friday. And then 2,100 on Saturday. So really consistent. So the same time frame last March. So that last 2 weeks of March.
Well, what'd you do Sunday?
Oh, that's yesterday. Sorry, that's on the next week. I just pulled up the week.
Oh,
sorry.
You go Sunday. You go Sunday to Saturday.
That's the typical. That's what Square pulls up as a week. So I just hit last week to find out what my sales were. Sorry. Yesterday was 881, but we're hoping that spot will get us 11 to 13. We have less labor on Sundays typically because we don't have Troy working in the mornings, which is a big chunk of that labor. So yeah, Sundays we're okay with being a little bit less because it's Sundays and no matter where we are, it's going to be a little bit less. But
speaking of Troy, he was on his own this week, wasn't he?
Did fine.
Good.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep. He's got mac and cheese nailed down. He's pulling briskets at the right times. So yeah, he's doing everything doing everything right. So,
Beautiful.
which is good because yeah, he's got. I think he's doing eight out of 9 days in a row. While my wife has surgery and is that first stretch of recovery. So, yeah. So good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it'll be good to be able to have that in place where I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so overall, last week total from Sunday to Saturday, the true week, was 9,800. So not too bad. Yeah, I mean it's not too bad. Kind of 7-ish, 8-ish was our. I mean, break even. We'll say break even for the truck as a whole with labor and everything. So we're making a little bit of money, which is good. But yeah, if you take, so we started, I think, the 18th this year of March. If you go the 18th through the 31st this year over last year, we're up like $6,000 for those 2 weeks over last year. So
That's real good.
even though we started a week later than last year, we're only down 6,000. So we made up half the money that we were from that first week. So yeah, we're doing okay. Now we're getting into spring break, so there's this next 2-week stretch are the various school district spring breaks, which we're going to have. We'll see what happens. We have a couple private events this week. One of them on a very rainy day on Wednesday, so that's good that we have a private event that day. That helps things a little bit. And then we have our first Etna event on Friday.
Yeah.
So should be an okay week. We don't have a lot of opportunity for public visiting. We're only doing lunches on 3 of the days on our schedule. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, things are looking okay. Our sales for the year, an update on that, are at $23,500 for the year. So not bad.
Well, you beat my March.
Well, that's the whole year. So we had some other stuff in there. Let me just pull March this month. Sorry, 21.6 for March.
I think we tied for March then.
Good morning, Fran. Good morning, Jason. I think Jason, did you have a birthday this last week? I think I saw you come through my Facebook. Or recently, maybe. Well, good job. Good March, Skippy.
I mean, it was fair. Yeah, we had I had to bring the trailer after, so I had a lunch at the Chelsea Proving Grounds for Stellantis. And luckily I had the awning because people came out and stood underneath the awning. But then I still don't know which way, when it's raining, which way it decides to drain, because it's one of those weight ones. And I think one person got soaked because it decided to fall on top of him.
You don't have the arm you can pull down to tilt it?
I do. And I put it out there and I forget.
Okay.
Because I really don't know
like people to roll the dice.
Yeah, I should just put a sign, don't stand on this side. Because the way our trailer sits a little bit shorter on the front of our truck, and I don't ever really disconnect, so I probably just need to jack it up a little bit so it's more even, or it goes towards the back. But then the back is where the register is, so we'll see.
Yep.
Anyway, so my person that was covering the restaurant had to leave at like 2, so I had to race to get from Chelsea to the shop and then pull the trailer into the shop parking lot. That wasn't fun.
Nor
people are looking
allowed.
at me. What?
And you're not supposed to have it there.
Well, I called the owner, made sure.
Okay.
But I had to wait for her to move her car so I could pull in without blocking her in. And like people are behind me looking at me like, can I pull into the drive-through? I said, I'm not pulling in the drive-through. I don't care.
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird. Just lunches are doing good. Dinners are actually so. Wednesday's our first day of staying open till 8, so we'll see how that goes.
okay. Yeah, we've been. Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, we've been pretty consistent across the board. Lunches and dinners. Oh my God, what are we? It's a very nice roof of your car. Hi. What's going on?
I had you on mute.
Okay.
There might be because a fire truck with sirens just passed. I didn't want to push on it.
Thank
And now
you.
there's another one. Now there's another one coming. So
Yeah.
because you can't turn your camera on this thing.
No.
So I'm gonna pull forward so I can get off the light and then pull to the side of the road.
It's a ambulance.
It's a ambulance.
I hope everybody's okay.
I want my first delivery vehicle to be an ambulance, a former ambulance.
You can't have the lights and sirens on it.
I still want the lights and sirens on it. Yeah, so that's I got an interview today with somebody. We picked up a rather prominent catering order tomorrow. I thought I had my first April Fool's joke for tomorrow. I get a phone call at the shop asking, I don't know why the hell I put my blinker on. I got a phone call at the shop. They say, this is so-and-so. We're looking to get barbecue for my 25-person team. We'll be up in Brooklyn testing. I'm like, testing? It's like, yeah, this is Joe Gibbs Racing. I'm like, oh, okay. So I go through and they're like, yeah, we normally get barbecue. It's a 2-day event, or 2-day thing, but because of the rain, we're only going to be up there 1 day. So we just want to get barbecue. I'm like, okay. And at the whole end of the conversation, I said, I got to ask, like, this isn't an April Fool's day joke, right? Because April or Tuesday's April 1st. Like, sure. He's like, no, dude, I wouldn't do that to you. So I sent him an invoice and he paid it. So he's going to come
a little
pick it
extra,
up.
if you can get that back in cash, that'd be great.
He gave me a $110 tip, but
that goes to the DJ.
Oh, that goes to the DJ. Yeah,
I'm having a hard time paying the DJ. Is it okay if I just pay you a little extra and we can just do it all at once? Well, good. Maybe
so
they'll let you take a lap.
Well, so I was telling a couple people at the rib burn, and one guy's like, you should ask to tag along, and because they're coming to pick it up, but you should ask to go back with them, grab a rib or a couple of them, and like when they come in for a pit stop, you take a video of you going out and giving the guy a rib, or like putting barbecue sauce in his water bottle or something like that.
Yeah.
And just say something about like not endorsed but highly approved. Or I'm like, I'll just be happy if I can just slap a sticker on his bumper. So, but Joe Gibbs Racing right now has the top driver. He's won 3 out of the last 5 races.
Nice.
I don't know his name off the top of my head, but so it should be fun.
Very popular guy.
Yeah, very popular guy. I just don't watch NASCAR anymore.
Yeah. Well, cool. Excellent.
So I got that. Yeah.
So you have that going for you.
So I got that going for me. I got 2 interviews today.
Are you replacing staff or just adding staff?
It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. So I think I texted you about this problem that I had the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the problem. So one of the cafe girls works for me at night. So she gets done at 2, takes a break for an hour and then comes over at 3 and works till 7, or was going to work till 8 when we opened.
Mm-hmm.
The owners always worked until 6. The cafe normally closes at 2, but when we're open, they stay open a little bit later.
Okay.
And they made the decision they didn't want to stay there and work anymore. So they're making their shift leads, which there are 3 of them, split the 4 days.
Okay.
And of course, they gave the girl that works for me 2 out of those 4 days, 2 days to work over there.
Okay.
And not only does it affect just the upcoming schedule, it's permanent. So now I have to find somebody for like the night shift, like or early afternoons on Wednesday and Thursday. Yay.
Piece of cake.
Sure.
My person, Felicia, who gave me availability of 11 to 2 and then 4 to 10 every day.
Oh.
Which is fine. She said she can work both. She just has to get her kids from school and back to the house, blah, 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 in between. So, okay.
Sure.
Well, it turns out that she also has a boyfriend to pick up from work who gets out of work at 3:30. That is a half hour away from her house, which then is most times a half hour away from wherever we're set up. So in reality, she can't get anywhere until 4:30.
Probably 5 with traffic.
Yeah. So, so yeah, she's been regulated to some lunch shifts and weekends only, and
Okay.
we'll see how that works. But yeah, I need her for the next few weeks. So
Yes.
we'll see how that goes, and if it works out, then great. If not, then we'll move on at that point. But
And then you'll let her go by saying,
bye, Felicia.
"Bye, Felicia."
So yeah, other than that, I mean, she does fine. She needs to be a little smilier when she's taking orders, and she's a little short, so she has a hard time reaching her bags that are up on that top shelf above our window.
I don't blame her. Why don't you put a command hook and just hang the bags so they're easier to grab?
Hang the bags? What are you talking about? Hang the bags?
Take a command hook or command strip, put a hook on it, and then just hang them from the wall instead of having them up top.
I don't have wall space. Where on the wall? I don't have wall space.
Throw it on your door.
No.
Throw it next to the TikTok screen.
There's no room there.
Throw it on the front of the cabinet. The front of the cabinet. There you go. That's where I put mine, in the trailer.
Oh my God. No, they're fine where they are. She is fine. She can manage.
Is being short a disability? Do you have to make her
No, it is not.
ADA compliant?
Nope. What she does do is, though, she pulls down a handful of each bag and sets them on the counter behind us. But we've really gotten used to liking that counter being free and clear of stuff, so we can, prep when we need to and do other things there. But yeah, other than that, she's doing okay. She'll be all right, I think, as long as we can get her schedule part figured out. And really, it's harder right now because I'm not on the truck, and I'm not going to be on the truck for the next couple weeks at all. So,
sorry. Okay. I just got home, so I was setting my steering wheel up so I can.
Excellent.
We're good now.
We're good now?
Good.
Okay.
We're good.
Are you staying
no noise?
Are we staying in your car for the rest of this thing, or?
Yeah. That way nothing bad will happen. I don't need the producer or the director getting all angry at me. So we're just here.
The odds of that happening are slim to none.
Oh, well, that's good.
And Slim left the building a long time ago for both of us. So, Jay,
I was happy. I got in my truck today, and I pressed my button to set my seat and everything. Mm-hmm. I'm like, is this really where I sit? My belly's not touching the steering wheel anymore. I'll be damned. Small victories.
Stress will do that for you.
Small victories.
Jason says, use your sauce bottle to fill up the car. Stage a video like you're feeling it with sauce. Get their permission first, of course. Haha.
I think it'd be fun. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. So staff is going great.
Yeah, labor is. I'm gonna try to get to this while we're doing shit here, but
All right. I'll pull up mine. I haven't really looked at mine yet for the month.
so I find it's easier to look on the dashboard app. If you ever want to look at if you're looking at your phone, but
I hate doing things on my phone with Square. It drives me batshit crazy. Oh, speaking of Square, you want an update on my business name?
Business name, sure.
You remember how I got my business name? I got stuck. I told you that. Because
yes,
when we're doing the pickup locations, it has a pickup name on it.
Yes,
which apparently changes your business name now. It didn't before. That changed sometime since we closed last fall.
Okay.
So we were inadvertently changing our business name when we changed our online order and pickup location name. Okay. But you can only change your business name 3 times in a year.
Okay.
So we got locked into our business name being Fillmore Complex. So all our credit card receipts, all our invoices, all went out with that name on it. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't change it back because we had changed it 3 times already. And it says on that page, if you need this overridden, please contact support. I had 2 separate conversations of 45 minutes, both times saying it was being escalated. It finally got changed back on Thursday, a week later. I got a very passive aggressive email saying that they have done it and basically will not ever do this again for me. So be careful.
Yeah, don't fuck it up.
Yeah. So I've had 2 issues with Square. They have resolved one. I think I only said that I was going to start shopping other POS services about 5 times in my second support conversation. So I was like, if this cannot get resolved today, if they couldn't change my business name, yes, 100% I would be looking at other things.
Yeah. I get it.
Because there's no legal reason. The only reason they do it is because people are taking advantage and it confuses your customers.
It does. So
there's no reason for them not to change it for me. For a customer that they've had for 5 years, that's doing some pretty decent volume through them. You know, I made a mistake. I owned up to it. I said, I fucked up. I missed where it said that this is now changing this. Totally my fault. I made a mistake. Please just fix it. You can fix it. It says it right there.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
So I don't know what I was talking about right before that, but we'll get back there in a second. Jason said, Skippy, serious question. With really slow dinners, is this the best time to move to an 8 p.m. close? Maybe wait until weather gets a little better. Are you frozen or are you thinking?
Sorry, I'm back.
Jesus Christ.
It tried to connect to my house Wi-Fi.
You had your thinking face.
All right, what was the question?
With really slow dinners, is this the best time to move to 8 p.m. close? And I'll be right back.
To answer your question, yes. The reason is because I close at 6 now, where most people are going out between like 5 and 6. They don't really have a lot of time to come to me. If you were to go to our town square, there's 2 main restaurants. There's a bar and grill, and there's a kind of a bougie place, and there's no parking for either one of those. And so people are just circling the square, trying to find parking while we are closed. So I'm seeing this happen. So I want to try to capture some of that business. The only thing that I don't have that they do is alcohol. And I'm hoping that that's not going to be a deterrent.
dry, but a long day clear of the lash line rather than in like one.
Mhm.
That's what,
And Josh is doing backroom drug deals.
Jeff, do you like my new puzzler?
Right. Excellent. Well, good. I'm glad it's going down.
I have a whole family of puzzlers.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Something's
we had
going
a-
down.
A swollen face in the family this morning.
Oh,
Quick trip to urgent care. I don't know. Something. It started going down on something, but
it was probably a right hook that one gave the other.
maybe.
Oh, possible. Anyway,
Oh.
I was telling him that opening till 8, I'm trying to capture the night business because most people are going out to eat after 5 when they get out, and we're only open till 6. So
Mm-hmm.
the plan was
Jay-
always to open till 8.
Okay. Says makes sense. Maybe a late night happy hour special could draw a crowd if sales need a bump.
I don't know what I could do. I mean, I
Yeah. Half price appetizers.
don't have appetizing. But yes,
Maybe you need some. Time to start doing some chips and salsa, man.
I've been thinking about stuff. I've still been. All right, so since we're talking about this part of,
We were talking about labor.
Since I'm-
We wanted to get back there. So
all right, we'll get back to labor.
we're doing labor first.
Do labor first.
Okay.
Mine last week was 8.34%. What?
Awesome. I'm so happy for you. That's so crazy low. Because you're not
It
counting.
is, I know.
You don't count. So
Absolutely. I didn't
and you
count.
were the only one that worked last week, apparently.
No. I have my morning guy comes in 4 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter works 4 hours a day, and then I got my night person.
All right.
Fine, hold on. I'll go the week before.
No, I thought you
So
were.
the week before. Hold on. The week before, I lost my ass on Saturday. I had 2 people there
Yeah.
that I paid labor to. My labor was 12.8%. Again, not counting me.
For me, last week, and that's another thing we were going to check to see if it fixed itself after you run payroll a little bit, if it adjusted somewhat.
Probably.
But I don't think it does. I think it goes off at what true numbers are. So according to Square, for this past week, I was at 27.56. Almost $2,700. Uh-huh. But I think we talked last week about how, like when I'm doing the schedule,
Mhm.
Chris is salaried, right? So he gets his 40 hours as his standard pay, right? But you can schedule him more than 40 hours and it'll add those hourly rates into those extra hours. So I think that pulls through. So if he punches in and out for 45 hours, it adds in those extra 5 hours to labor. You know what I'm saying? So let's say his normal pay rate is $1,000 a week for 40 hours, right? So if he clocks in and out for 45, there's going to be another $250 in there or whatever. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it figures that into the labor percentage for Square labor versus sales reports. So true labor is going to be a little bit lower than that, but not anything crazy. Troy is definitely the biggest contributor to our higher labor this year. So
Yeah.
Once I really get my spreadsheets back in order and working those again, I'll be able to have a better idea of true labor costs, what our payroll is versus what our sales were. But yeah, so for the month, we're 26%, which is well within the range of where we should be and where most businesses, restaurants are. So, but yeah, it's we get to these slower weeks, which we're going to have a few of here coming up, where these costs are fixed for the two biggest contributors to payroll. So it'll make for a couple tight weeks.
We just had spring break this past week.
Yeah, so there's it's almost like a 3-week swing almost, because Newaygo area went on spring break this week, and then all of our area schools around here by my house are next week. So we have this, yeah, we're going to be in spring break.
It was the beginning of April. The spring break was always the beginning of April.
It always seemed that way for when we were in school, but yeah. So yeah, Alex for Caledonia and Hudsonville, they start spring break on like Thursday this week. But Newaygo's they started spring break last Friday, which we found out when we were up there and people were telling us. So yeah, we have a big swath where in our service areas, people are going through spring breaks. I looked at our sales last April just because I knew Aprils are slow typically. I just wanted to see how slow it was. We did not have a week above $8,000 in sales until the last week of April. So they were all hovering right around like 7 to like 8,200. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spring break, and we had awful weather last April too, which didn't help. Yeah, last spring was pretty terrible in Michigan for weather. We didn't have a whole lot of dry. We didn't have a whole lot of warm. We had that very early warm up, I think March, where everything started budding super early, and then it got cold for like a month again.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
That.
We're hoping that we can. Our sales this year have been trending well. We're seeing a lot of new people. We're in a lot of new spots. So we're gaining customers. I know that we've already gained. What's that?
I was gonna say, I noticed you moved to, was it Dutton on Saturday?
Sundays.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were at the brewery on Sundays. That really nice. Trail Point, really nice brewery. We were there every Sunday almost last year, and it just never. Sundays was not a brewery day apparently in Allendale, Michigan. So yeah, it was like a $600 to $700 day, which we kind of just accepted as it is, and we took those days to clean. So the trailer got cleaned really well those days. We got the smoker cleaned out those days. We only had one person working, so it was usually me or Chris for the whole day. It was a nice, relaxed end of the day, or end of the week. But this week, so we were like, yeah, well, let's try Dutton, because we have a good following there. The farm that we used to set up at was always on Sundays and in the area. I'm trying to replace some of that since we're not going to be out there this year. Yeah, and so far, I think on a good weather day and a normal week, it's probably a $1,200 to $1,300 day. So we're going to double our Sundays almost, and still not have a super busy. It's not going to be a stressful day. We're still going to be able to get stuff done on the trailer. So, yeah, that's going to help a lot. We're doubling up a lot of spaces where we wouldn't double up necessarily. Newaygo's one. Like, we're only doing lunches in Newaygo for the most part, and then we're heading off to somewhere else to try to capitalize on dinner instead of just hanging out in Newaygo for the day. So, and we're leaving duds off the schedule, which made the schedule some weeks hard to do. So,
I was noticing Patty Matter's schedule today. They're going to a brewery or something on Friday that I don't remember ever seeing you at.
Oh yeah.
How begins with
which brewery?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure.
I'll find out. I'll look at their schedule.
But I was looking at it, and it's not packed. I expected it to be busier. I'm wondering if she just has caterings and doesn't put it on there.
Oh, you mean her schedule?
Yeah.
It will get there. It's this time of year. There's just not a whole
trucks,
Yep. And they don't run them both all the time. So, Ramblewood Apartments, Farmhouse Cider.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. They don't want us.
I don't know if that's. They don't want you.
Nope.
Why
I
don't
send
they
them.
want you?
I send them messages and emails every year, and I never get a response.
Well, give them a buzz. Give
So,
them a call. Pick up the phone.
I have, and I've been told I will be contacted back with the person that schedules things, and I never get a call back. That's like we're blacklisted out there somehow. We've never been out there. Never.
Where is it?
It's only like 15 minutes from my house. It's just down the road.
That'd be a great spot, wouldn't it?
I
That's just
know.
a great spot. Oh,
Yeah, they do a lot of trucks out there. It's a cute little place out in the middle of the woods. They do live music. It's a very cute place, and yeah, for whatever reason, they don't want the Rex. I don't know. I don't know.
do you think? All right, so I do have a question. Since you brought that up, we'll get to.
You think it's the name?
Here in a minute. That's what I was going to ask. Do you think it's the name?
No, I don't think so. If it is, it's one of 3 spots that we've been turned down probably because of the name, and one of them was a church, and I get it, but for them, no, I don't think so. Maybe okay. Let's go with that. It's our name, but just let us know.
That's what I was asking. I mean, you changed from the cartoon logo to a more, we'll say, elegant style logo.
Yeah.
And but the name is still there, and the name was Barbecue Competition E, that type of thing, and now it's a little bit different. So that's why I never knew if it was the name or not, or if you know of any place that didn't want you because of your name, other than that one competition in Indiana that we talked about last week.
No, we had a spot that told us no when it was a church parking lot. We were trying to set up there after services on Sundays. And that was 2020, 2021. I think there's been one other time where we lost something because of it. And it might have even been a catering gig, like a private event type of thing at like a fun day somewhere. I think it was a school. It was a school in a school district.
I bet you it was. Yeah.
In the school district that we set up for a family day at a different school in the same school district. So it was the parent group that was running the event, not the school.
One of the trucks here, it's a little fishbowl cart called FFF truck, and she sells egg rolls, loaded fries, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody told the superintendent, or somebody told somebody within the school about what FFF stands for. It stands for Effing Fantastic Foods. And even though her last name begins with an F, she never went that route. She went with effing, as in fucking fantastic foods. It got all over. She was scheduled to do like something at a school, and it got all the way to the superintendent, and they told her the week before not to come because of the name. And it's like, so I can see that. Yeah.
So I mean, that's the only other time that we've been told that.
So do you think naming is important? Like how you come across, or how you come across your food truck name should appeal to the masses versus, like, I'll give you an example. So I hate all the t-shirts that say, I like my pork pulled and my butt slapped, or I don't know, whatever, something like that.
I like my butt rubbed and my pork pulled. Yeah. Yeah.
Like whatever. I don't think those are, I don't find them funny. I mean, to me, they're not funny. I don't know about you, but when I see people like saying, "Oh, like a barbecue guy at a barbecue truck wears something like that," or put it on his trailer, I don't think that's appropriate. And maybe that's just me. But.
Yeah. Yes, names matter. I think it would be a much bigger issue with our old logo.
Yeah. I remember
a much bigger issue with our old logo, which is why we don't use it. We did consider changing the name altogether when we started the truck, but it was well, let's find out. if it's going to be a problem before we go through this process.
Yeah.
Let's not make a problem where we don't know there's a problem. So, and another part of the reason that we didn't get the trailer wrapped right away,
Yeah.
Just in case we had to make a name change. We didn't want to have to rewrap something. And now it's just been kind of the calling card of the truck it's the green trailer, and everybody knows the green trailer. Now it's like, I don't want to I don't want to cover it in a wrap, and lose the recognition that we have.
As I'm sitting in my truck staring at my black trailer that's just black.
Black. There's a lot of black trailers out there.
I know.
Some more from Jason. He wanted to know what your cafe sales were. Is that just for last week? Are you curious? Bad.
4,200.
4,200.
Yeah.
So you're still hitting your targets, which is good.
Oh
right?
yeah. I don't think I'm not going to hit a target. It's just, yeah. And that includes the catering that they paid on Saturday.
Okay. And then when it comes to names and logos, I know all about that. I've lost business and had, heat on me for mine, which is so crazy. Also got my first negative Google review on my birthday because of it. Google removed it. People are so uneducated, and I wish they would just have a conversation with me before they assume. Yeah.
Is that Jason?
Yeah. So Bernie's Blue Line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I assume has to do with the police. Right?
F the police. Yeah. I need them to my website for my bags. I send them to my website for my backstory. Yeah.
Was he a cop? Was he a cop?
Go to his website and find out. Jesus.
I can't. I'm on my phone.
Well, I'm not going to read the whole thing, Jay. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think it's as big of a problem for us. I'm sure we lose some stuff. But on the other hand, we also get because of it. People find it amusing. People find it charming, and we've gotten stuff because of it. We've gotten customers because of it.
Yeah,
we've had conversations started because of it. So, I'm going to say it's a net win for us. Yeah, there was definitely some concern there. I mean, early 2020s with the way things were looking. It's like
I gotta go in my house now.
Okay. Like,
no, go ahead. Keep talking.
Is this like a death sentence for us having it? So, but yeah, for the most part, it's worked out for us. So.
Yeah, we were contemplating changing the name too, but it's just what I'm known for. I'm Skippy. I can't be anything other than that. Imagine people calling me by my first name. That'd be kind of weird.
I will start doing that, Bert.
No,
Robert.
Damn you! I hate you. Okay, no, I'm not a Robert. I'm a Burton.
A Burton.
In case you wanted to know.
Burton. I'm glad. I am glad I know. That is very regal.
Rich name without the rich bank account.
Yeah. The only other Burton I am familiar with is Burton Guster.
Or Tim Burton.
Well, I meant as a first name.
Tim Burton?
Yeah. Oh. That's his last name. His first name is Tim.
Burton Guster.
Burton Guster from the show Psych. It's a character. It's not even a real person.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yep.
We're not real people anymore.
And he goes by Gus on the show.
We're going to turn you sideways. Turn you sideways. Well, you're not going to be sideways. Why the hell are you sideways? Can you go upside down?
Oh, that's very good.
Okay,
that's perfect.
Can't go upside down either. Okay. All right, looks like I'm holding you.
Oh, because your charging cord is in the way?
All right. Correct.
All right.
Today's a shit show of an episode. Of course.
Every week.
There. Oh, there we go.
Every week.
Okay. We should just rename it to the Monday Morning Food Truck Shit Show.
Yeah, your sound's going weird now. You're like your microphone. Are you holding it from the bottom?
Well, I have to hold my charger in because my phone sucks.
Oh, okay.
But I'm back. We're good. We're all good. We're okay. Because now I'm in my house and I don't have service in my house, so it's like I can't have my Wi-Fi on because I don't want to reconnect.
With all of that,
you're killing me, Smalls.
With all of that barbecue money you got, you should buy yourself a new phone and or charger. You know they make wireless chargers now. They're very handy. You can set your phone
I
right
tried
on
that.
them.
But if I set my phone on it, then that's looking up to the ceiling.
Well, they make stands that have a wireless charger in them, so they sit upright so you can see them, kind of like how you're holding it right now.
Anyway, let's go back.
Jason says his brother-in-law was killed in a line of duty accident in 2017. He was a local sheriff's deputy. Now brother-in-law is a state trooper and lots of connections to law enforcement through friends. So
good to know. Thank you, Jason.
Mm-hmm. Now you don't have to go to his website.
Well, I'm wondering, can he comment on where Bernie came from? Because is that his brother-in-law that passed away? I just didn't make enough.
Lost a local school catering job I had because one teacher complained about his logo. It was over $10K a year. Yikes. I gotta look at your. I don't remember. Oh my gosh, really? They complained about that? Some people's kids.
Yeah, some people's kids.
Some people's kids.
All right.
What
So
were we talking about?
Menus.
Okay.
Well, I want to talk about my menu.
I got some things to talk about. More square complaints and menus.
Oh, let's talk about square complaints. I really want to hear square complaints. Trust me. All right, so I'm thinking about changing. Hold on, I'll go real quick. I'm thinking about changing some things up.
Okay.
I went through the last 2 months of sales, and I kind of want to take off stuff that's not selling.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's too soon.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I should just, because I kind of want to add things like a couple of our specials that did sell real well.
Is having those items on your menu adding cost? Just to have them.
Kind of, just because they're sauces, but I have a bulk amount of sauce, so at this point, no, it's not adding any additional cost until that sauce runs out.
So you'd have all that, yeah. So you'd have all that stuff regardless. So keep running
it. With the exception of the chicken wrap, because I'm not even selling one a week, and the lettuce goes bad. So it's like I'm tossing lettuce out.
Did it not get plugged in right? Hold on, Skippy.
Yep. So if anybody wants to help me out with some advice, so we have a chicken Caesar wrap. I have made more of a special salad that we did for somebody than I have a chicken Caesar wrap, and I've made like 4 wraps in the past 2 months, but I've made like 6 salads. I'd like to offer salads, but just offer.
Sorry about that. We had
like different. Did what?
Extension cords going all over the house with when you lost power, so some things did not plug back in where they were supposed to.
Oh,
sorry.
So I was saying that I have a chicken Caesar wrap that I put on the menu because we have a lot of females that are not customers, that are followers. So I figured, okay, let's throw it on there. I have made more of a special salad for one of my customers than I have of the actual Caesar wrap. So the dressing is about to go bad in like 20 days. The lettuce goes bad every week. But if I can change like a chicken Caesar wrap to maybe do a couple different type of salads, maybe I could go through that salad faster
Or just add
and
on a
maybe
salad.
entice.
Do a chicken Caesar as a wrap or a salad.
I do.
Okay.
We have
Is
that
it on the
ability to make
menu
any
that way?
sandwich into a salad.
Is it on the menu?
No. Well, that's the other thing. So our menu is just printed on, corrugated board signs. Somebody asked if I should get TVs. I don't see the point of TVs. I would almost want to make the whole wall like a chalkboard and just have somebody come in with really good writing.
Yeah.
And just decorate the chalkboard like really, really good.
Yeah, I understand TVs. I get why they are used because they're easy to change. They're easy to reformat and all that, and add products and take away products and change prices. It makes it very easy. So unless you're going to really stick to a menu and just kind of like with our printed menu that we do on our truck, that's the menu for the year. I'm not going to reprint another one until next year. So these prices are locked in. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
So I would feel the same way with a chalkboard, and that's probably would be the direction we would go to. Just a chalkboard and have somebody come in and do it for us. But at that point, we're probably not going to make a ton of changes, at least not regularly. It's one of those things where we'll revisit. Yeah. Maybe kind of revisit our menu every 6 months at that point, and all right, is there items we want to add or remove, and then maybe it's a segmented chalkboard to where we don't have to change we don't have to redo the whole thing. We can just redo a section,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because
Yeah.
in talking with, so Bubba was at the contest on Saturday, so I talked with him for a little while. Of our top 4 sellers, 2 of them are specials that I do once a week. And it's like, if I do them more, will they not be so special anymore? So like wings, right? Wings are like our number 2 special, our number 2 seller, period. And I do them once a week.
Yep.
But I've noticed that if I bought like a case and let's say I only cook 20 pounds and I cook the other 20 the next day and say, hey, we got wings today. So if you missed them yesterday, you can get them today. They don't sell worth a shit. Because now, did I waste a month trying to get people to understand that wings are only on Wednesdays? That they're not going to buy them if I make them any other time.
And that is the age-old question with moving stuff from a special menu to a regular menu. I don't know.
Why did you make your Abe Froman go from a special to a regular?
Because we wanted another item that wasn't. Our sandwiches and wraps were so pork heavy that we wanted another option that wasn't necessarily brisket. And sausage is relatively cheap. And when we did run it as a special, it usually ran pretty well. It was an item. The sausage was an item that we could get multiple items out of. So now the Angry Mac, which is not, the best loaded Mac we have selling wise, but we're selling them. So yeah, it's
okay. So
we sold enough.
Makes
The price
sense.
point was right, and it allowed us to add a different offering for sandwiches on a regular basis that wasn't just the standard pork or brisket. And we're selling more sausage than we ever have. So, but also remember, for us, specials, not the same people get the same specials. There are some people that just based on when and where we do them, some people have never had all our specials, even though we run them all the time.
Yeah.
Because we cover such a large service territory.
Yeah.
It might be different if we had like a space where, maybe wings don't do as well if we do them every day. But for some people, they only see wings every couple months from us, even if we did them every Wednesday, it still could be a couple months before they saw them again.
Well, and I see
Because
the
we're not in their
difference for a
spot.
truck because you're not doing, like if you went to
We lost you. You are frozen. Skippy. Let me just see if I can get a screenshot of this picture real quick. I can save that for later. Yeah, I think if Skippy comes back to us, I think, yeah, I agree with Fran here. Specials are only special because of the limited offering. I agree. There is definitely something to that draws people in.
Oh,
Welcome back. Imagine if you went to.
Oh, so you used to go to Dutton every Tuesday, right?
Yeah, we still do.
Okay. So, but you don't run the same special every Tuesday.
Nope.
And so if you were to run wings every Tuesday, then whoever goes out to Dutton would have that opportunity to get that special.
Right.
But if you run wings on Dutton and then you don't run them again until you go to Newego,
Mm-hmm.
then if somebody really loved your wings, they would have to find you in Newego.
Yeah.
So I see how that's a difference. But
yeah, it's just
like if you had a brick and mortar, you'd probably run it more often, right?
We might have I don't know. I'd say we'd have a more set special schedule, but I don't know if that's the case either. The Wing Wednesday has a nice alliteration. Most places that do like a special on wings have them every day. They're just discounted on that day. So maybe you can offer wings every day, and then Wing Wednesday is, it's a $1 off a pound or whatever.
Yeah. I did up the price of burn ends to $16.50 versus $14.50.
Okay. Oh, I had a question about your wings.
Yes, please.
I think on your last Wednesday, did you do whole wings?
We did.
How was the feedback?
All the dine-in people that had them said they were great. They enjoyed them.
Okay.
It's actually honestly, it's easier to put on the smoker. You don't have to deal with so many little pieces, but
yeah,
we have an issue with just like what pans to put stuff in. But other than that, we're doing okay.
Okay.
They were good. They were real good.
I partially agree with Fern here. Specials are only special because of the limited offering, and that's when you came back in. So, and then Jason said Bernard was his grandfather's middle name, so Bernie is in his honor. So.
Look at him just doing doing honors for everybody.
And I'm pretty sure we've talked about all this before, back when I first started listening. So
we've been doing this for a while now.
It's been a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you can always just run them, Skippy, and see how it goes. But yeah, you can't just do a 1 day. Oh, they didn't sell as good on Thursday after having them Wednesday. So, and you're still in the slow period for restaurants.
Yeah, I know.
It's a whole different animal that you got to figure out. So
Square complaints. Let's talk about Square complaints.
Not really a complaint. I just don't understand.
Okay. So we're not talking about Square complaints now.
So I went through. I redid all our modifiers because on your POS they have conversational modifiers. So it has the add, extra, without, whatever buttons on top, right?
Sure.
So then you can just put your list of ingredients, right? So you can just have onions there as an option and then hit whatever it is, add or without or whatever, right?
Okay.
Very simple.
Very.
Those conversational modifier buttons don't transfer to the online ordering system.
Okay.
So when someone goes to order something online, all they see is a list of ingredients without any of the quantifiers of extra or without or add. They just get the list.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep.
So we're getting tickets that say Lord of Swine, onions, pickles. Well, is that extra? Is that without? Is that on the side? Is that... How many different directions do you want to go with this? Isn't that bizarre? Why wouldn't they include that there or make it an option? Because you can't set them. You can't set different sets of modifiers for the same item for the two different things. You either turn on conversational modifiers or you don't. It's in each option on each modifier set. So this week I went back through, rebuilt all my modifiers to include all of the buttons for a no onion button, an extra onion button, an onions on the side button for each item. Also, you can't do no on your modifier.
What?
No,
I have no.
it won't show up on online. The word no won't show up. You have to do without, and we're doing W/O for without. No doesn't show up on the online.
Hold on a second.
It doesn't.
It does too.
It does not.
Please hold. I'll go to my online thing right now.
Okay.
Because I definitely have those modifiers and people pick them.
Do you have it as two separate buttons, or is it so you have a no onions button? All I'm telling you is it did not show up on ours because I got yelled at by the guys again when I made the changes, and they're like, "It's just says without," or no, because I did a test on it.
All right, so I have for a sandwich.
Share your screen.
I have. Oh, I don't know how to do it on my phone.
Oh, you're on your phone. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Brett, you're on your phone.
All right, so I have 3 different modifiers underneath a sandwich.
Oh, so it shows on this. So okay, I will go back on my thing that I just said because on our loaded Mac it was showing it. On our sandwich, the sandwich that I did and tested it online did not have it. I had to put without.
Yeah, so I have like no bun, no pickles, no jalapenos, no sauce.
What the heck?
Yeah,
which one was it? Hold on, I gotta go back now. I think was there Garachos? It was Garachos. Yep.
Oh, you're weird. You're weird. I'll tell you.
So now we're doing this test right now. I'm going back and I'm changing those ones back to no and see if they show up or not. Because I thought it was the dumbest thing. I was like, why wouldn't that come through?
Because.
Welcome, Cheeseless Crust, who I spent a lot of time with online over this weekend. He is my witness. It didn't work because Caleb flipped out. And then I was making other changes because we missed. Chris wanted to add jalapeno button to all the sandwiches because we have some people that want jalapenos in their like burrito. So I was trying to do that on my phone. And I accidentally selected must select one or at least one button.
Oh, yes, you did. Yep, I did that.
So he just tried to
did everything.
So he just tried to ring in a Bert, and it's like, it says I must select one.
Yeah.
I did. I selected the Bert. I was like, no, you have to pick a modifier. Chris is like, I don't know what a modifier means. I was like, oh my God. Just push one. You don't have to make it that way. It's okay.
Yeah, that sounded like that went off like a fart in church.
Yeah, it was a weekend. But again, why it would be super nice to be able to put the system into test mode so you can go through this stuff without it being live. Items. I gotta remember. How do I get there? Caleb, Cheeseless Crust, thought I was just messing with him from a distance. I would never do that. All right, Garachos. Let me see here. So I go there.
I'd like to know where the name Cheeseless Crust came from.
Probably a play on the word of a crustless cheese sandwich.
Oh, good.
So grilled cheese without the crust, but
I mean, I know I'm smart enough to realize what that one meant.
all right. So I'm going to change this. Okay. So getting rid of the WO, doing an NO, just on the jalapenos. Save.
Love it.
There. Reload. Reload.
Yeah, you do it like 6 times.
Update. I do not know anybody in North Carolina.
Neither did I, but that was the tailgate racing.
Oh, back-to-back calls. Ooh.
They did
Oh,
the double tap on you.
Yeah. It didn't ring all the way through the next time. Oh, you know what? I know a faster way to do this. There. And sorry, everybody. Welcome to the boring part of the show. That's right. Sometimes that's what it is. All right. Well, let's see here. View menu. Dorachos. Dorachos. Brisket. What the fuck?
Is it in there?
It's in there.
Huh. Awesome.
It started because my then 1.5-year-old daughter was repeating everything I said. I'm going to guess that was a JC expression that was not articulated well, repeated back by a 1.5-year-old. That became cheeseless crust instead of Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. Well,
Cheese
all right.
and rice.
Guess I am going back to change all the withouts to no's. And it never ends. It never ends, people. Never ever. Oh, interesting payment method.
You could also do a minus sign.
We had an interesting payment method from somebody.
Oh, did you get a cash app? Hello?
Hello?
Did you get a cash app?
No, I am showing you on my phone.
I can't see it. I don't know why I can't see anything right now.
These are all $2 bills.
Oh, I got those. Yeah.
No, like 10 of them.
Uh-huh.
And they all had a tape mark in the same spot, a piece of tape in the same spot on the back side of it. So it'd have to be hanging on the wall upside down with the back facing out. First of all, who tapes stuff like that? And what are you taping $2 bills to? And who is buried in your basement?
Jimmy Hoffa.
Tech only works right when you're on with tech support. Absolutely, 100%.
It does too. I used to sell cell phones that would come in. My phone ain't working. I'm like, looks like it's working to me.
Yeah. Oh, the one you're talking to me on? Weird.
I think it's working fine. I'll be damned.
Cars and mechanics, yeah, the whole thing. It's all perfect.
Any more square problems?
Nope, that was it. I mean, it's everything else has been pretty good.
That was it. Wow.
The auto sellouts on inventory with ingredients is coming along. It's working pretty well. So we're gonna probably do some more tests on that this week. Got to make sure our recipes are all up to snuff with the proper amounts. But Chris, as of right now, can go into our ingredients tab on our POS. We have a little menu button for it, and he can just do sold out on the brisket inventory item, and all the brisket items come off automatically, which is nice. So he doesn't have to go into all 7 different items to mark them sold out. He just has to hit one.
Okay. So how would that? So we both have a pulled pork sandwich with coleslaw on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and you also have a side of coleslaw.
Yeah, I'm not worried about sides. I'm not worried about coleslaw because we don't have runs on coleslaw. You know, if we run out of coleslaw, we got to mark off 3 things. Versus if we run out of pork, we had to go into 7 different menus to mark off 10 different things.
Yeah, I know.
So
I get it.
Yeah. So our focus is on proteins and mac and cheese.
God damn it.
So, but yeah, we do have mac and cheese in there as an inventory item. Still kind of working through that, but so yeah, this week we've been updating inventory on ribs. That's all worked perfectly. So with online orderings and at the truck orderings, they are going off. People are not able to order ribs after they're sold out. That's all worked very well. Yeah, so now we just got to get to the point where we're figuring out pork and brisket and updating those inventories. And we're just going to weigh it and then subtract a couple pounds, and that'll be what's put in for inventory, which gives us a cushion. So, because you can still order it on your POS after it's sold out. You can still ring it up. They just won't be able to do it from the website, which is what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Because we had that instance again, I think it was this last week, where we were busy at the truck. You know, stuff was going. Chris was rang up somebody for ribs, and somebody right behind it before he had a chance to work them sold out. Someone ordered a rack of ribs and a whole bunch of other stuff that they were, you know, close on. It was like $100 order that we had to kind of offer them some other things to make it okay.
Yep.
So we're trying to avoid that from happening. So we're going to cut off online order. We'll cut off before we're actually sold out of most things. You know.
Yeah.
That's
what we try.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep working on it and figure out how the best way to go about it is. But I think it'll work well. And a lot of it just depends on making sure you have your recipes mostly right for proteins.
Yeah, they'll have to be for sure.
Yep. So for us, we're just keeping track of the proteins in the recipes. Sure, we can get all that other stuff in, and I did it for a lot of things because I had the information already. To track your food cost. And we'll get there. I think we'll add those in throughout the year to make sure they're all good. But for the immediate purposes, yeah. Fran says, question about the number of online versus in-person orders. What is the question? We don't get a lot of online orders, and a lot of it is location dependent for us. So jails, when we're at the jails, businesses, so Corwell House, we tend to get more online orders. We don't get a ton for dinners, one or two at the most usually. And then weather dependent. If it's crappy out, we get more. If it's not, then, I mean, it's not a large portion of the sales. But does it get us an order when someone might pass on us otherwise? Probably, especially when it's raining, you know? So yeah, we get some here and there. It's nothing mind blowing, but yeah, I mean, we haven't been doing it for a terribly long time, and I don't know how you really push it as a method of ordering, Skippy.
Yes,
you have better data than I do.
We get 5 to 8 a day. We get a lot of phone orders though, but we get at least 5 to 8 online orders a day.
How do you do your phone orders? Are you taking payment over the phone too?
No.
So are you doing it as a check then in Square?
It's like an open tab kind of thing.
Yeah.
Open text,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I'm hungry. We can do it. I mean, I can take the credit card over the phone, but they charge you a little bit extra to do that.
Yeah.
So we've only had one instance where somebody didn't come pick up, and then she called us 2 days later, said that she forgot. She after she called and ordered, she had like a heart attack. I'm like, damn, sorry.
Likely excuse.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I guess that'd be my biggest concern is not taking the payment is there is no incentive then for somebody to come and get their order. But
yeah. If they ask, maybe I'll do it. And it's not much different. It's like 2.6 to 2.9, or 2.6 to 3.5. Something like that.
But yeah, on a $10 order, you're looking at 3 cents or whatever, or 30 cents.
So it's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
But then I got to take credit card numbers. Stop it. Don't go. Hey, nobody's here. Damn dogs.
So our average check for this year is up 19%, which I find interesting. It's a good start because really, once we get into our catering season, I mean, it goes up. But if we're already up 19, that's a pretty good start. I don't buy this though.
My average check is up 17%. We're at $33, a little over $33.
I'm at 27 currently. I don't know if I buy that number on the dashboard.
No?
Well, it says we're down 33% in transactions. Oh, never mind. Okay, that makes sense. Keep forgetting about that first week that we were, the extra week that last year had. So
We are up, 17% over last year. So Jan 1st to March 31st, we were at $28. Jan 1st to March 31st of 2025, we're up to 33.
Nice.
We do get a good amount.
Well, you said
of orders.
you said your average check in the cafe is pretty big though, too. Be interested to see how that continues.
Hopefully, like it is.
Do you think that's because you get more like parties of 2 and 3 and 4 in the cafe versus in the truck where it's single people walking up?
Yeah, it's a good. I go with that.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of
There's a couple people that will come in where it's just 2 people, but
right.
A lot of them are like families.
Right. Excellent. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out for you throughout.
We're hoping for the best.
Playing for the worst.
We're playing the work.
We switched up our shrimp po' boys this last week. Went into a bun, a roll instead of the tortilla. Much better. And then we added the shrimp loaded mac. We did that as a special on Friday and then on Saturday as requested. Sold very well. So
put some shrimp on the Angry Mac. Oh, that'd be good. Be like almost like a Louisiana Cajun Mac.
We did. Chris considered. I don't know if it'd be beneficial to add our buffalo sauce as a modifier on other things. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, things are going well.
Good.
Delightfully so.
You got another month until your smoker's here, and you got a new toy to play with.
Yeah, I might push that another couple weeks just so it lines up a little bit better with things. Why this isn't right? 5. We've sold more than 5 Angry Macs. We sold 5 in the one day. I am so confused. That can't be right.
Did you have online orders for Angry Macs?
Yeah, it's on our online order.
So you know that online orders ring up as invoices, right? So
this is what you're telling me.
So it doesn't ring up as an invoice, but it won't ring up like when you look at your locations, like when you go into your dashboard, I can say it as I go into your register. You go into your register and it'll tell you like, okay, where do you want to look? How long, where do you want to look for? How many team members do you want to look at?
Yeah.
That type of thing. So I have found that your online orders don't ring up. Like if you do this device only.
Oh yeah.
Your online orders won't ring up to that. It ring up,
mine's defaulted to all locations, all employees.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, because your online is a different location, essentially.
Even though it's not.
On just on the POS, pulling up from that report, because that report shows different. That your sales report pulls different there than it does on the dashboard. So yeah, it's all, there's no consistency, and that's why I hate using my phone, It's
Yeah.
because it looks so much different on my phone than it does. I would rather just wait until I get to a computer and
Yeah.
pull it up there. But yeah, I'm confused by the Angry Mac numbers seem super low. It can't be right. I know that's not right. We have not sold more shrimp loaded Macs than we did Angry Macs. I'm so confused.
Did somebody bring it up wrong?
No,
Is an Angry Mac and a regular Mac the same?
no.
All right, I don't know. Just asking.
Oh, I do have. It's in. Why is it in here twice?
Hmm.
Well, now I'm very confused. Oh, okay. Mystery
Not confused
solved.
anymore?
So when you're looking at the item sales report, so for whatever reason, it was not categorized. So I fixed it. I fixed it probably after the first day
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't pulling up correctly. So we had 5 in that uncategorized section. So we've sold 40 of them.
That's
Which
going
isn't
well.
bad. Yeah, in 12 days. So we're at least 3 a day. I mean, yeah, we're not at the level of our other loaded Macs. I can't.
What do you charge them for one of them?
I think we're at the same price as brisket.
With no protein or with a protein?
It's got the jalapeno cheddar sausage on it.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yes.
So yeah, we've sold 40 of those. Conversely, we've sold 170 brisket loaded Macs and 148 pork loaded Macs.
Yeah.
In that same time frame. So
Yep. It's amazing how that works.
almost 100 piglets already. Good Lord. 141 sides of mac and cheese. Yeah. 76 banana puddings. 70 pounds of rib tips.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I was worried because of the price increase we had on them, but does not seem to be bothering people, which is good.
Perfect.
Yeah, though, we haven't really had any real stinkers on the old menu this year. Like everything's pretty much selling. Our Presley has been a little lackluster, and it was kind of getting there last year. But again, all it costs us to carry it is the peanut butter. So,
As you say that, that's I think my number 2 or 3 selling a sandwich.
yeah,
Yeah, but I push it more than probably you do.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We
I
sold
push it hard.
15, so we're on average 1 a day.
Yeah,
So
I push it hard.
yeah, yeah. We sold more chicken quarters than we have. And Caleb asked why we carry chicken quarters because there's so many days where we don't sell any. I said, well, it allows us to have a chicken on the menu every day, and I've bought 2 cases of chicken quarters, right, for $28 a piece. So even though we haven't sold all the ones we've cooked, the gross sales on it's still 158. You know, so we're still clearing, let's say $90. You know, even though we're throwing away half of them.
In the 2 months we've been open, we've sold 84 Elvises.
Wow. But yeah, like you said, you're probably pushing it more than I am. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in here they got to fix.
Number 1 selling sandwich that's still a pulled pork sandwich, though. Always will be.
Yep. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
let's wrap this up. We may or may not be back next week. I for sure will not be. So, you may see Skippy with a guest host over the next couple weeks, or you won't see us at all. But we'll keep you guys posted on the Facebook, and we'll let you know when we know. So, peace out, everybody. Have a good day. Bye. And so, yeah, you wouldn't be able to see any. You'd have